Hello, and welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel, where I'm passionate about helping middle-aged adults like myself overcome the fear of leaving behind your job, a six-figure job, to become an entrepreneur and start a business. And along the way, along my journey, I have tried and failed multiple times, failed to try, tried and failed again. And I did think that I had a successful, my wife, I am. I thought I had found something with the Turo business. There we go. Am I can't hear you. I thought that I was had found something with Turo, and for the past year, a little more than a year, I was doing Turo full time, and I was making a lot of videos about it, and I thought Turo was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Turo, so I'm having some technical difficulties here. So let me see here. Why isn't this happening? Um, so for those of you who don't know, Turo is a ride sharing company that allows you to rent your vehicle on a platform. And I hear a background. Allows you to rent your vehicle on a platform like a rental car company. It's like the Airbnb for cars. I've said that before in prior videos. And it allows you to rent your cars on this here ride sharing platform to different people. And I got started with Turo back in June of 22, and I started with purchasing 3 cars, and it seemed to be a success. However, Turo does kind of set it up for you to feel successful because all new listings get sent right to the top of the search engine. So, your car starts to get booked, and people will book your car. So car starts to get booked and you feel like, you're hopping. Everything's going good. You are, you're entrepreneuring, making money. So that's how I felt. Along the way, I did learn a lot and made a lot of mistakes. And the reason why I'm coming out now talking about this because I would like to know that all my mistakes, all of my problems and stuff wouldn't have been in vain if by me sharing my testimony will help someone not to make the same mistakes that I made. I'm definitely not a promoter of Turo. So y'all can see that like in the last month or so, I started making, once I stopped and decided I wasn't going to do Turo anymore because it was a total loss for me, a total loss. And I just came to the discovery that, that's funny, that Turo is the pimp and the host is the hoe, because Turo is really not on the host side. They really leave you out to dry, and it's it's kind of up to you to know when to fold them, know when to hold them, know when to walk away, know when to, it is definitely it's definitely a gamble. So tonight's video is going to be about giving all of the pros and cons on this here Turo business, on the Turo platform. And one of the good things I want to do today, I haven't done in a while, is I'm going to share a video from a Turo host And this Turo host actually has come up on the platform when I was I was new to it, a few months in the game. And when it was like a honeymoon, right? I was in love with Turo. Turo could do no wrong. It was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I was so excited because it worked. It was working, or it appeared to be working. And that was before I knew about all of the all of the pit holes and the pros and cons. So before we get started on the videos, I'm just going to read off those the top some pros and cons on this here Turo, on the Turo. For those of you, like I think I already said it, it's a ride sharing platform, and so it came out and started to get pretty big, especially during the COVID times when there wasn't a lot of cars, and car rental companies such as Avis and Enterprise, those traditional car rental companies were having a shortage of cars. So it opened the door for regular people to start a business and actually start generating some money. However, it does appear that Turo, like I said, with these different splits and all that stuff, that Turo is definitely not on the side. Let me just fix this here on this here. All right. So some of the pros and cons for starting a Turo business, we'll start off. I'm going to give 5. So 5 pros. Number 1 is extra income. So Turo allows you to turn your idle car, into a source of passive income. All right. So this was what I found with the research. However, that is not totally true because it says passive income, and passive means that you're not doing any work, right? Or very little work. And Turo is definitely not passive. It's a lot of hard work, with the washing of the cars, the caring for the cars, the upkeep of the cars, is definitely not passive. But by renting out your vehicles to others, you can earn money when you're not using them, right? So, but once you get your car out there and you're not you rent it on Turo, it's forever tarnished. It's like losing your virginity. All right, so that's number 1 of the pros, so-called pros. Number 2 is flexibility. As a Turo host, you have the flexibility to set your own schedule and decide when you want to rent your car, when your car is available for rent. This makes it convenient for those who have other commitments or a full-time job. Now, I had an opportunity to do both. When I first got started, I was full-time with Turo, and I wasn't working. However, when the slow months came, because I wasn't sure either of, I didn't know about slow months and all that stuff. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my water into this cup here. One moment, please. I wasn't sure. Like I said, I just dove off into it. And for those of you who've been following me since 2020, when I started on this journey for this entrepreneur, be your own boss experience in my life, nothing really was working. So this was the first thing that actually was working, that was showing, that generating income was coming in. Money was being deposited into my account. So it appeared like it was working. And once the slow months got here and it wasn't making any money or enough money, I went back to work. So I did the Turo also as a full-time nurse, and doing this business too. So I can tell you for sure that it is a challenge. And once I exercised that flexibility right, things actually, it didn't, it, it got worse. Number three for the pros, wide market reach. Turo operates in numerous cities and countries, providing access to broad customer base. This exposure can increase the chances of getting bookings, especially in popular tourist destinations. All right. So this pro actually could be a con too, because you'll see when I go over the cons. This wide reach, by Turo operating all over like that. Okay. So number four, innovative insurance coverage. I don't know if this is necessarily a pro, but it says Turo offers insurance coverage for hosts and renters, providing protection against physical damage and liability claims during the rental period. All right. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about that too later on. We go into some accidents and stuff, which if you're going to be a host, get prepared, because there's going to be accidents. There's going to be all kind of issues happening with your vehicle. And number five says vehicle selection. As a host, you can offer a variety of vehicles in your fleet, catering to different types of renters and potentially attracting more customers with diverse preferences. Those are the five pros. Now, those five pros are actually five cons, but here are the five cons that the research had given me. High operating costs. That's number one. High operating costs. The cost of insurance, maintenance, cleaning, and unexpected repairs significantly eat into your earnings, making it a challenge to maintain profitability. So that's the number one con. High operating costs, right? Because you have to pay the insurance. Even when you get the plans with Turo, you still have to have your own insurance on there. That's cutting in because it's going to cut into your profit depending on what type of coverage or what type of commitment you have with Turo. 60-40, 90-10, 75-25. I mean, there's different splits in there, right? So if you rent your car out for a certain fee, Turo is going to get a portion of it. And that's why I've been saying lately that Turo is the pimp and the host is the hoe, because that's just how it goes. All right, so that's number one, right? Let me say it again. High operating cost, right? Because you have to pay, if you didn't buy your car, your fleet cash, right? And you've got payments, you finance the vehicle, you're going to have payments, insurance, maintenance. Maintenance is going to be expensive because of the wear and tear on your car. These people are going to be renting your cars and they're going to be putting miles on it. They're going to be, really, they're going to be driving the hell out of your vehicles. Cleaning, right? So after every trip, you need to clean the car. You can't rent it out when it's, most people aren't going to return your car back clean, dried, and intact. They're going to be dirty on the outside and dirty on the inside because, that's just how it goes. And unexpected repairs can significantly eat into your earnings. Unexpected repairs is not really too unexpected because with the wear and tear, just get ready to know that, more miles you put on your car is going to be, some repairs are going to be needed, Like I was telling y'all before, my Black Explorer person drove way to the Grand Canyon. They drove to the West Coast on the car. He put a ton of miles on there, they put a ton of miles on there, like 3,000 miles on the car. Didn't kind of coordinate with me to try. I was, wanted to get it the oil change on it. And anyway, that didn't happen. So when they brought the car back, the air condition was shot. So I had to have that repaired. Luckily, I had maintenance packets on my cars because I did buy them new. However, that would have been, I'm not even sure how much it cost to get an air conditioner repair, but that would have been an expense that would have come out of my pocket because, yeah, Turo really don't pay for like maintenance stuff, so that's kind of on you as the host. A number two for the con is time consuming. Yes, so that's why I'm saying that these pros are direct contradictions to the cons because flexibility, right? So no, because it's time consuming. Managing a Turo business can be time consuming, especially if you have multiple cars. Coordinating key exchange, cleaning, and responding to renters' inquiries can take up a considerable amount of time. Okay, so it says especially if you have multiple cars, right? So if you have multiple cars, which I did, after about the first three, two accidents left me down to one. I bought five more, so now I'm managing six cars on this here, and that's not even a lot. A lot of people, like you'll see, I'm gonna share a video I added. Tony from Tony Luxury Cars on this here live had started off with 18 or 17 18 or 17 cars. We'll hear it in the video. But anyway, trying to, keep up with washing them, the maintenance, checking the car out, checking the car back in. And again, when folks are, having their inquiries about, renting a car and stuff like that, that's, a lot. It's very time consuming, right? And number three, risk and liability, right? Renting your personal vehicle to strangers comes with inherent risk. Accidents, like I said, in the first few months, I had two accidents. Two vehicles were in accidents, right? Damage, whenever your vehicle comes back, there's bound to be, I've got multiple scratches and tears and rips and all kind of little things people do, and stains. People are going to damage your car. You're going to get damage. you're going to get damage regardless if you got a new car or an old car. It doesn't matter. Your car's going to get damaged because of the amount of turnovers and stuff. That's just how it is. Accidents, damage to your cars, or disputes with renters can lead to potential financial and legal liabilities, which is true. I did find that to be true. And competition, right? Competition is another con. Depending on your location, the Turo market can be highly competitive. Saturated markets may result in reduced booking rates and lower profit margin. Another thing that can happen with this competition is that one of the reasons why it's going to could lower your bookings is because if there's four cars out there and three of them are saying we're going to charge you $50, and before those three got on there, you had yours out there and you were charging $100. So when people have choices, most people are going to choose, they're going to try to find the cheapest, the best deal. People are looking for deals and stuff. So the more cars on the market, the more competition there is, the less you're going to make. And Turo is always competing with the traditional car rental companies like Avis and Budget and stuff like that, when you can see that they'll put cars out there for $39 a day and stuff like that. So Turo will be pricing your cars to compete with these businesses, Yeah, so that's why I say Turo is the pimp and the host is the hoe, because pimp just trying to make that money, and they're not really giving a hoot about they ain't caring about them hoes. All right. So number 5 is depreciation and wear. Right. So when I bought my cars out, they were all new, right? With 9 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles. They were new, 22s new, and with little to, no miles on them, right? Fast forward a few months on the Turo platform, and, quickly getting to 10,000, 20,000, 35,000 miles on vehicles within a year. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, one thing that they're not going to tell you is that your personal insurance can go up too, because if you were previously, getting like maybe 10,000 miles a year on your car, and now, they're out there on this Turo platform out there, on the strip, putting multiple tens of thousands of miles on there, So, yeah. So overall, starting a Turo business requires careful consideration, which I'm going to be honest, I didn't carefully consider Turo at all. It was a panic pick. It was a panic pick because of one mistake that I had made with some real estate, and I was just determined to start a business. And then here was this Turo thing happening, and it was kind of easy for me to get off into, because at the time I had good credit, so I went down to the Ford dealership, and cars were it was easy. I got the cars. Once I listed them, swoof, it went off, and then I was working. I was working in the business, and that's what excited me, was just doing that. So those are the pros and the cons that I was able to put together for it, and to even kind of maybe define it down a little bit more, we can say that another pro is, here's 5 additional different ones. Extra income stream, right? So one of the most significant advantages of Turo business is the potential for extra income. By renting out your idle cars, this was it. I read those already. All right, so without further ado, we'll just go ahead, and I want to share a video from Tony, and this was the reason why I decided I was going to come out today and or this evening, and tell you some more stuff about this. So I did want to also say that I was wanting to just really give people the real information on this whole Turo thing, because it's just been a pocket drain, a pocket drain for me, and I'm not sure how this thing was going. So I know that I was talking good things about the Turo Go, which, and also the car rental app that Turo they canceled. So they kind of throw monkey wrenches in there. When you kind of get in a good rhythm, they will cut something off. We had the app that was helping to manage your fleet and stuff like that, but of course Turo was saying no. They said no to it. But I'm going to go ahead and share. We're going to do this here. Tony had a video that came out just a little bit ago, and yeah, so I want to share this, and then I'm going to give some commentary on it, because oops. All right, so here we go. Let me share the screen here. This one is he's giving some honest information here about the truth of this Turo thing. So let's see here. Let's skip. All right, so it says the truth about Turo. All right. So I'm probably gonna have to go back a couple of videos because to give you an update on what's going on. Tony is a power host from Kentucky, and he's gonna. I'm gonna just let y'all hear.
Hello, everybody. This is Tony, CEO, founder of Challenge Car Rental. Just another video for my YouTube channel. This video, I'm going to talk about Turo, and I'm going to talk about the truth of Turo. A lot of people are not going to talk about this. I'm going to be very honest and transparent. I'm on this video and also on my YouTube channel. Okay, as you can see, I'm over here at my mechanic shop, and I have not one, not two, but three vehicles that
Wow.
are down right now due to customers neglect, customer abuse. Okay, this vehicle right here. This is my 2016 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. This is the one with the blown engine, the blown motor. I'm still working on that. This is my 2016 Dodge Durango RT. This vehicle is overheating, smoking, so it's working on that. And then this is my 2016 Chrysler 300 Hemi, and this was down as well, working on that. Okay, and I know you guys are probably wondering, like, wow, like I have three cars down in like a week. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you why. And this is the thing that people don't talk about on Turo, and it's my job to be honest and open and transparent to you guys, anybody who think about
Appreciate
getting
that.
into the business.
Yeah.
Okay, because you got to look at the good and the bad, the pros and cons of Turo.
Yeah.
So all three of these customers, all three of these vehicles, that was new customers, didn't have no reviews, no trips. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about on that.
All right. So the reviews. So okay. So as a host, you also get want people to give you the 5-star reviews. As the host, you can also give reviews to the guests, right? So what he's talking about is a guest who did not have any reviews, had no one, hadn't rented on Turo. They were new to Turo, hadn't rented before, so or no one gave any gave a critique on them, gave them a rating. So when you rent to someone who doesn't have a 5-star or any type of information about it, it's kind of like blind, right? You don't know, you're kind of taking a chance on this customer.
That to this person right here, rid of my Durango for a week. As you can see, no reviews, no trips at all. So I basically was like the guinea pig. Very first person who rented on Turo was for me. No trips, no reviews. The person who booked it, this person right here, they wasn't the one that was driving the vehicle. The son was driving it. They put 2,800 miles on the vehicle. Also,
wow. Let me go back and say how long he say 2,800 miles. That's a lot of miles. So they drove the hell out of the car. Let me go back a little bit here. It's a short video. How long did he say they had the car for? That's kind of, but that's kind of what happened to me in my Black Explorer.
this vehicle was overheating, smoking, so it's working on that. And then this is my 2016 Chrysler 300 Hemi, and this was down as well, working on that. Okay, and I know you guys are probably wondering, like, wow, like I have three cars down in like a week. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you why. And this is the thing that people don't talk about on Turo, and it's my job to be honest and open and transparent to you guys, anybody who thinking about getting into the business. Okay, because you got to look at the good and the bad, the pros and cons of Turo. So all three of these customers, all three of these vehicles, that was new customers, didn't have no reviews, no trips. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about on that. To this person right here, rid of my Durango for a week. As you can see, no reviews, no trips at all. So I basically was like the guinea pig. Very first person who rented on Turo was for me. No trips, no reviews. The person who booked it, this person right here, they wasn't the one that was driving the vehicle. The son was driving it. They put 2,800 miles on the vehicle.
2,800 miles. Right? So that's like, a couple of 100 miles between, needing an oil change. Now, I still didn't hear. Did he say they had it for a week?
No reviews, no trips at all. So I basically was like the guinea pig. Reviews, no trips. Let me go. So all three of these customers, all three of these vehicles, that was new customers, didn't have no reviews, no trips. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about on that. To this person right here, ridden my Durango for a week.
A week. A week. Wow. Wow. Yeah, 'cause I think the people that had my Black Explorer had probably about like 8 to 10 days on there too. So yeah. Wow.
As you can see, no reviews, no trips at all. So I basically was like the guinea pig. Very first person who rented on Turo was me. No trips, no reviews. The person who booked it, this person right here, they wasn't the one that was driving the vehicle. The son was driving it. They put 2,800 miles on the vehicle. Also, the gas wasn't full. So you can see here, the fuel was right here, and I had to spend $21 to fill it up. Also, they were speeding. So let me show you what I mean by that. Customers are speeding, excessive speeding. So all these times is when they was going over 100 miles per hour and then around with no gas. You see 111 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour, 104, 104. So basically, speeding, a lot of hard braking, rapid acceleration, no gas, right around with no gas, car's overheating. So now I'm about to take it to my mechanic, and he's going to look at it for me, see what's going on with this vehicle. Okay, because this vehicle, I can't rent it out until I get it fixed. So that's one issue. All right. Then go over here to this vehicle, which is my Dodge Chrysler. Chrysler 300.
So and these whatever's going to be happening with the car, like my Explorer was in the car for in the shop for more than a week. They gave me a loaner car, but I couldn't make any money off of that. I couldn't put the loaner car on the platform. So that means that for all that time the car didn't earn any money. And if I hadn't have had the maintenance package on it, that would have been who knows how much money out of my pocket.
Let me go ahead and kind of show you guys what happened with this one. This also was a new renter. That only had a 2-day rental. They also had no reviews, no trips. That was brand new. And I'm the first person they rented from. Okay, 2-day rental, and they also was speeding, racing. Let me kind of show you guys what I mean by that. You know, um, pull up these photos right here. Over 100 miles per hour. That one was 104, and then this time was 115.
Wow.
So 115 miles per hour, 40 times rapid acceleration, 14 times hard braking. Okay, 3 times, 7 times. So what they was doing was they was racing, they was speeding, they was doing burnouts, doing donuts, just dogging and abusing the vehicle. And what happened was the rear end ran out, the rear differential. So let me go ahead and kind of show you. He took pictures of it, but the down rear end busted and went out. So you can see here, look at the photos of it. It actually busted.
Here's one thing.
All right. So let me get off of that while this goes. Play that. Wow. So sorry to hear that. However, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that these people do when they rent your car. They don't give a hoot about your car. They don't care. They don't care. And unfortunately, Tony has his fleet is consists of these muscle cars, and people have been doing this. He came up here before and did mention that people been driving the cars rough and doing these kind of things to the car. And this is kind of like musical chairs when something bad is going to happen to the cars and stuff. So let me see here. Stop. All right, here we go. Go back to the share. Ooh-wee. All right, so is this it? No, that ain't it. All right, wait. Or is this it? Let me just do it over. All right, here we go. Back to the video. All right, take it away.
So the rear end, the rear differential, and the axle basically needs to be replaced on this vehicle. Okay, due to customer neglect, customer abuse. All right.
But the customer had the car for 2 days, right? And they ain't the first person to have abused it. They just, like I said, with the musical chairs, it just happened to happen on their particular trip. So Turo may not pay. Whenever it's something maintenance, a lot of times, okay, Tony, I'm gonna drop the link for you. You can come up and tell. We got Tony in the house. He gonna give the real deal on what's going on here. All right, so let me drop this link here for Tony. Thank you. I sure appreciate you coming in here to elaborate on this here. All right, the link is in the chat. Let's see.
Right, and so that's another vehicle that's down. Then come over here, and this is my Dodge Charger Scat Pack, the 392. Okay, and this is the one with the engine, with the motor, that got seized up, and Turo denied the claim on this.
Turo denied the claim. So Turo, like I said, they the pimp, man. They don't give a hoot. They gonna leave you out. Come on up here, Tony. All right, what's up, Tony?
What's up? What's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good because I got out of this here thing, and I'm woo.
Yeah.
So Turo denied that claim. Wow. See, whenever it comes to something with the maintenance or something like that, Turo will be like they gonna turn their head and turn their back on you. So
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just got back on her and I seen this. I said, "Oh man, she's on live. Let me tell her to join so I can talk to you. Everybody."
Okay, cool. I hope you told your people to come over. So I'm sure they probably had questions because you make nice videos, but it's only like 8 minutes and 51 seconds, and people want to get the real story and let us know what is going on here. So that's 3 cars down. So now you down.
This so this actually was a couple of days ago. I just been really busy and I just uploaded it today. But since then, I don't have probably 3 more cars that been down since I made that video.
What?
One today, one yesterday, another one Friday. Yeah, so 3 more cars have been down. Altogether, probably 6 cars this past week.
Oh my goodness!
So it's been brutal. It's been rough.
Goodness!
Yeah,
you made to go off into the slow season.
Yeah, correct.
Remember, last year, October was a great month. This is a good month here, October, and then then now you down 6 cars because this October is a good month when really be juicing.
Yeah.
And then November was slow. December was crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, this.
Yeah. So I've been trying to. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been thinking, giving up and quitting and just trying to figure out other ways. Trying to figure out a way to prevent this from happening again in the future. Yeah. And because the biggest thing I noticed that all these have in common is brand new renters who are new to Turo. They got no reviews, no trips, and it's like I'm the guinea pig. So it's like they book their first car with me, and you don't know what you're going to expect. You don't know what you're going to get. Right. And then a lot of times these people rent the car and they give it to somebody else, or they are speeding, racing, just doing donuts, burning rubber, just dogging the car, and then the car ends up going down, and then I go and get it towed to get it fixed, and then do a claim, and then they go, "Oh, it's not. This is a number 1 turn. It's not a customer neglect." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, they don't protect the customers. They'll try to protect the customers because they want to keep them going. They don't give a hoot about the host because
man,
going, and then once your car is out, they don't care.
Yeah. So I'm tomorrow. I'm going to call and talk to my account manager again tomorrow, and also I'm going to talk to somebody higher up because it's just I'm having too many issues. Like, get this. I'm gonna make a video about this too. This happened to me yesterday. So I had a customer that another new person that was a new renter. He booked my Challenger. When he came to pick it up, I asked him, "Can I see his ID?" When he gave me his ID, he had a permit. He didn't even have a driver's license.
What? How did?
And I was like, yes. And I was like, and I told him. He said, this is all I got. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but I'm not giving you my keys because you should have been able to book my car with just a permit. Plus,
Yeah.
he was young. He was like 21, 22 years old. No discrimination, but he was black. He had like a bandana on, so he was like in the streets. So I knew he would have like dogged my car. I knew he would have dogged it. Like I knew he would have dogged it. Like so, I was like, it ain't worth the 3-day rental at $300. It just ain't
Yeah.
worth it. The
Mm.
trouble. So I didn't give him the keys, and I canceled it. And like I called them, and they canceled the reservation, whatever. And I told him, I said, dude, y'all need to escalate this because this should never happen.
Yeah.
Like he should not have been able to book my car
Yeah.
with just a
And I
permit.
should take the ding for it.
Correct. I should get right. Right.
This lady, her driver's license was going to expire the day before she was going to rent. So what they'll try to do is they'll rent ahead of time. So I asked her, I always want them to verify the license right away because you're not tie the car up with this rental if it ain't real. I want to see your driver's license kind of immediately.
Yep.
Sent it, looked and saw that it expired the day before she was supposed to rent. I was like, well, you need, well, they said I gotta wait until I just cancel. Because it's not gonna, I can't rent it to you because when you go to pick up the keys, your driver's license is
expired.
So you need to show me a valid driver's license. And I don't think I need to take the ding for that by canceling because they give you that threatening a message.
Yep.
You cancel, that ain't on me. She shouldn't have been allowed to book the car with the license gonna be expired. So
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. It's pro guest and they don't care about the host.
I agree. And I don't know if you are aware of this or not, but they're having a big like a what do you call it? They're having like a big old power host summit thing in November. It's November 13th to 14th in Texas. So all the power hosts, all the all-star hosts, we got an email invitation if we want to go. And all the big, like all the employees and stuff's gonna be there. And so like I'm definitely going, and I'm definitely gonna voice my opinion and frustration and talk to the people higher up because like I'm not the only one that is dealing with this. Like I talked to like Brandon in Atlanta, talked to another guy here locally in my city named Joel. There's like 3 people that I talked to that be having the same issues that that I deal with too. And it just feel like you said, it's like they for the guests and not for the host. And it's not right because this is like our vehicle, this is our money tied up, our time and all this is like, and it ain't right, And so I can't wait to go to this big old like convention meeting because I'm gonna speak up and I'm gonna let them know like everything that's been going on lately because it's just it ain't fair. It's not right.
Yeah,
it's not right. It's not right. I don't know if you see it. Then like
2,000 trips. How many trips you didn't?
Oh yeah. I just hit 2,000 trips. Yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna make a video about that too. But yeah, I just hit 2,000 trips. I think it was yesterday, and today, and that was basically in 2 years. 2 years, 2,000 trips. And the next closest person to me in my city, he's been doing Turo for like since it started, and he just hit 1,000 trips. So I doubled him in 2 years, and he's been doing it for like 6-7 years.
How many cars he got?
He's now up there with me. He actually got, I think he got like 14 or 15, but he's up there with me now because I had 2 cars that got totaled, so I'm down to 15 cars, and from 17, and he had like 10, but he's been adding, so he's pretty much probably about to pass me up.
Oh, okay. But the reason probably why you got a lot of trips was because you had started off with a big fleet.
Yes, that too, and also because it was like I kind of I went all in. I went all in with this, and when I first started, I was very 24/7, and I did a lot of promotion too, a lot of promoting and stuff too, and and a lot of like advertisement and stuff like that too. Where he's like he's an entrepreneur, but he's also in real estate. So he got other stuff going on. So Turo was just one of his like side hustles, just one of his, it wasn't his main source of income, So he wasn't, so like I say, he had less cars, but also he wasn't really that dedicated like me, because he had other stuff going on. He got like rental properties and Airbnb and stuff, and um, so he had other stuff going on.
Yeah.
But with me, I pretty much went all in, and like I said, but I also have more vehicles, but also was available more, and then also with me, promoting on social media and going passing out cars and flyers and stuff like that.
Right.
That kind of got me, the jump start, ahead of
Yeah.
everybody else.
So
You know?
Turo basically told you that it's just regular wear and tear. Is that what they were trying to say?
Yes, yes. And get this. So the engine that the Dodge Charger Scat Pack, the engine it got seized up and from a renter, it was no oil in it. And I have records of routine oil changes and uh pretty much I showed the proof of them speeding, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They denied the claim. And then they sent someone else to come out again to do like an inspection. And then they came out and they denied it again. So then at that point, that was like, we did this little trial thing with like fair claims, with like a trial with me versus Turo. And then I thought for sure that I was gonna win, and they denied it too. So basically I ended up walking away with nothing. And I had to pretty much spend like $7,000
Oh,
replacing the engine on my car, because if I
wow.
didn't get it fixed, it would just be sitting
Yeah.
and collected. And I'm like, I still owe money on this car, and I'm like, I'm stuck. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So yeah. So as to that, yeah. So I mean, it's just
Let me ask you, did you have gap insurance on your vehicles? Okay,
nope,
me either. And I had heard about gap
no
insurance, but
gap.
I didn't really do much investigation on it. And I was thinking, well, it wouldn't happen to me. So my Mustang, the ragtop was totaled. And that's when I learned about, not learned about, that's
Now,
when I recognized how
now,
important gap insurance is, because I was upside down in the pavement, meaning on
now, listen to this. Now, you say your Mustang. Now, what year was your Mustang?
21.
Okay, and what was it, a convertible or
It
was
was
it a
terrible.
convertible? Okay, and what was the
But that one wasn't on the Turo platform. That was the one I had. My sister was actually renting that one out.
okay, what was the price? You remember how much you paid for it?
I think 40.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. So get this. So the reason why I'm asking you this, so one of my two vehicles that got totaled, one of them was the Mustang. So I had the 2016 Ford Mustang convertible. It was
Hmm.
the V6. It was black. I think I paid about 20. I don't know. Like, I think I paid like 24,000 for it, something like that. It was somewhere in the 20,000 range for that Mustang. Like, a long story short, uh, it's renter. She rented for the weekend. She went to Chicago. She claimed the guy, he was at fault and he hit her, and
Mm.
he messed up the whole like passenger side of the car. When I got it back, I took pictures. I did an estimate. I did the regular business as usual. I didn't think it was going to be total, but what happened was they said because of the mileage and the year, they said the value of the car was like 16,000, and I owe like 17,000. And they said that in the state of Kentucky, if it's more than 75% of the value of the car, they're not going to fix it. They're going to just total it out. So basically, when the report came back, the damages, like I said, it was like $15,000-$16,000 worth of damages, and the car was only worth like 17.
Mm.
So they actually totaled the car out. That was my first total loss ever, like since I've been doing Turo. So it was my first time going through the whole process, and luckily, I kind of walked away with I kind of like broke even, because they because I'm on the 90/10 plan, so I have the high deductible. So they took out the $2,500 deductible, but they also added the 6% sales tax of the car.
Hmm.
And so as all said and done, they end up giving me like almost 17,000 for the car, and that's what I still have owed on it. So I kind of like broke even. I kind of like broke even on
Okay.
that vehicle, and I didn't have gap though, but I kind of like broke even. So they pretty much paid it off,
Yeah.
So that one was an okay, situation. And
Wow.
then my Challenger got totaled shortly after, and that one the book value was like 27,000, and I owe like 25,000. So I actually made some money on that one. So they actually paid it off, but I made like 2K on the Challenger. So that was a good you know what I'm saying, a good experience. I made money on that one. But on that one though, the customer, it was a crazy story what happened, but ultimately I think that she lied and said the car was stolen, but really she let her boyfriend drive it. And and then he was driving it, and he was like doing donuts and burning rubber, and he smacked and he hit like a wall, and then he basically left the scene. He took off and just left the scene, left the car there, and yeah. And Turo. So what happened? The police ended up seeing the car and impound it, whatever. And then she gonna call me and say, "Hey, I think the car got stolen, whatever." And I'm like, "What? The car? You think the car got stolen?" And sure enough, when I went to the impound lot, it was wrecked, and it was really bad. It was wrecked really bad.
Wow.
So they totaled it out. So I had two cars got totaled like back to back.
Wow.
Um, but the only thing positive about that is, uh, both of the cars I was gonna get rid of anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and both of them I was able to pay off. Got paid off, so my credit went up. That was in my personal name, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And also, those are two cars I was gonna get rid of because I'm trying to get rid of all the sports muscle cars and just get like SUVs and vans and trucks going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically just two less cars I got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? And then of course I didn't have to worry about paying my car payment anymore, car insurance anymore, tracking device anymore. So my expenses kind of dropped too. My expenses kind of went down a little bit as well too. So that was like the only like positive about that, is my expenses lowered, you know. So, but yeah, but like this week it's been rough, man. Like literally like every day I've been taking losses every day this
Yeah.
week.
Wow. That's how I was feeling too, because these little windshield crack, I can't, even tell you how many windshields I've replaced and stuff. And, yeah, it's
Now, now I'm gonna tell you a little cheat code about that though, just so you know, and anybody's watching this. So what I've discovered is there's two things. The one is, um, if you are a power host, if you're a power host, there is like some perks of being a power host, but they will, if like say for example, if like a cracked windshield and also your tire, so you have to replace like one of the tires for your vehicle, and you know how normally depending on what plan you're on, you got to pay your deductible first.
mm-hmm.
Well, if you're a power host, they will automatically reimburse you for what you spent for replacing your tire or the windshield. So if you had to spend $200 on getting a tire, Turo will automatically just reimburse you for that, no matter what deductible you're on. Same thing with the windshield. You
Mm-hmm.
know, yes, but you have to be a power host to get that perk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but the thing that I did was I would try to get the guests to pay for it, and then if they don't pay for it, with the cracked windshield, then I would go ahead and just do a claim with my insurance. And because of here in Kentucky, if you got insurance, there's no deductible. You don't have to pay your deductible. So I would do a claim, and my insurance would basically replace the windshield for free,
Oh,
basically.
yeah. Don't have
But of course I'm still paying an arm and a leg every month for car insurance. So I
that.
mean, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, but they will replace it. Just do a claim. You know.
Gotcha.
So I did that a lot. I did it a lot. Like a lot of my vehicles, if the guest didn't pay for it, I have insurance. I just did a claim with my insurance and got it taken care of.
Gotcha.
You
So are
know.
you planning to trade these cars in for SUVs?
Yeah, I actually was on the phone today with one of my friends. He's a car salesman, and I was talking to him today about it. And I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that works like the dealerships. I got a relationship with a lot of people now here. So I actually was talking to one of my friends today about it, and I'm going to pretty much I'm going to evaluate each car and kind of see like what I still own it and how much it's worth. And I'm going to try to either sell it or trade it in. But my ultimate goal is eventually I'm going to change my whole fleet out, like everything. Like I'm going to change out because half my cars, like the muscle cars, the Chargers, the Challengers, the Chrysler 300, the Camaro, all those cars rear wheel drive. Those cars there's too much headache, too many problems, too many issues.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get rid of those. But then on the flip side, my other cars, my SUVs and my trucks and my van, they're doing really good. And I don't have issues with, but they got a lot of miles now. So they get a whole lot of miles because people are traveling to Florida and to Texas and to
Yeah.
all these places. Yeah, so they're getting a lot of miles now on these vehicles. So I'm like, so now it's like, man, I'm gonna have to. Where do I start at first? I'm gonna have to get rid of the cars with the high mileage, or try to get rid of these cars that people are just abusing.
Oh, so
Um,
the abused cars don't have that many miles on them?
Not really, not really. Because the abused cars, a lot of times people just want to flex around the city, so
Oh,
they
okay.
want to show off around the city and stuff. Or they may want to take it to like maybe like birthday or prom or wedding or graduation, but it's stuff local, so
Local
they
stuff.
don't really drive a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? They just, yeah, or they just want to go to the park and stuff and show off and stuff. So
Yeah.
they don't really drive far and travel in
Mm,
those cars. But versus my other cars, my vans and my SUVs, they're family vehicles, so people travel.
yeah.
So they go out of town, vacations and trips and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, those high miles. And when I was trying to do the research as far as like to sell the cars and stuff, if it's been on a platform like this Turo, it greatly depreciates it. So it, just,
Wow.
yeah, just attaching it when it asks the question, was it a rental car or something like that? It devalues it a lot. So
Wow. Wow.
yeah, yeah, that's what I was just like.
Yeah.
Ooh, mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake,
Yeah.
because whenever there would be like, good months or whatever like that, I'd have to subtract all of the outgo for it. So it's almost like a wash.
Yep.
Not even a wash. I would always be in the red. It's been in
Yeah.
red since from the beginning.
Wow. Wow. See, the only thing I'll be very honest with you, and on this video for people watching, the biggest benefit that I had was, for one, there wasn't a lot of cars here in my city,
Hmm.
so it wasn't saturated yet. It was not saturated with all vehicles, and also by me having all black fleet and having unlimited miles, $100 a day,
Hmm.
that kept me very, very booked and busy. You know what I'm saying? And so I was able to make a lot of money because of that. But if I was in another area, it probably wouldn't have been. I probably wouldn't have the same success. Because a lot of people have reached out to me and booked like my consultation or my course, or people from YouTube, and they tell me, they was like, man, if you was in my area, you wouldn't be able to charge $100 a day because there's so many competition and so many cars. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Everybody's charging $50.
yeah, for a brand new vehicle. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
right.
like,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I got kind of lucky and blessed that it wasn't a lot of cars here, and also not what people didn't have the type of cars that I have. You know what I'm saying, here too.
gotcha.
So that allowed me to kind of stand out and make good money. But like you said though, but then I got so much money going out that it's like, man, it's like,
Right.
yeah, I may make 25, 30K on a good month, but shit, I'm half of that is going out,
I know for engine, you said, and then
yeah,
Turo saying, "Oh no, it's just wear and tear," and then like now, all your cars are around in the same year. They're around the same age, and
yep,
they've spent 2 years on this platform being passed. They've been
yep,
hoeing, they've been out there, and people been doing the thing with them and all that. So now it's time for the things to start happening. There comes a time in all of a car's life span when it's time to get the engine. It's time for the
yep,
transmission or
yep,
this tire, all these things. And then compound the fact that you've got so many of them, you know, it's just bad, a bad timing that this could be like a domino effect
Yeah.
where, you
Yeah.
know, so you're saying like you're already down two from them being totaled and then three in the shop, or how many are you up to in the shop? You know,
Yeah. I got.
in the bad months, the slow
Yeah.
months.
Yeah. Yeah. Like last month was the slowest month for me all year. All year. I
Oh,
made a video about it. Yeah.
oh,
Last month was slow. It was bad. Last month was a bad month.
issues with the cars, or was it just
Well, it was not. So I'm gonna tell you, it was a combination of. It was my birthday, so I took some days off for my birthday.
okay?
Also, school has started back up, so people ain't really traveling as much. Also, there's a little bit more competition here. There's more cars here now than when I first started.
Uh-huh.
So and a lot of these new people are listing their cars very cheap, very low
Turo will do
to get.
it. Turo does a lot of that. They do the little price changing and stuff.
Yeah, but you can still set your minimum and maximum price though. You know what I'm saying? So people don't realize that. So like you could do the recommended price, but it still lets you go in there and edit the minimum and the maximum.
Yeah.
So because a lot of my cars, if I was to go by that with Turo, a lot of my cars, the minimum price would be like $40 to $50 a day. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not. It's too much work for this $50 a day. I'm not doing that. I know.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I basically just I kept it on that the price, but for the minimum I went ahead and just did 100. For the minimum, and then the maximum I would put whatever the maximum is, so that when it fluctuate, I know I'm going to get at least anywhere between 100 to you know 125 $30 depending on the demand. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
got
a lot of people don't understand that. Like you don't have to go by. You can still edit the minimum and maximum what you want for your vehicle.
you. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
But basically it was a combination of summer's over with, uh, you know, uh, more competition, and then also I was down two vehicles because both the vehicles got totaled like around the beginning of the month, and
Mm-hmm.
then also my birthday too. So yeah, so all of that pretty much, I ended up making a lot less last month than what I normally average.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah. And then that's just a rough month to have that when you had all these other issues and stuff too. So,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then once you've like put your rents on hold or snooze it for a while, it seemed like Turo will drop you to the bottom of the search engine.
Yeah. So here's another thing I'm gonna tell you about that. So I learned because I'm learning new stuff every day.
Mm,
So with the snooze thing now, I don't know if you know this or not, but I typically don't do the snooze unless like if I'm like, say, if I'm like driving that vehicle for the day, or if I know it needs like some type of maintenance done, then I may snooze it just for that day so nobody else books it. But normally, what I do now, just to kind of make things easier, is if I have to get the car towed, or if there's something mechanically wrong with the car, like something serious,
mm,
then I would just tell Turo to go ahead and just what do you call it, restrict it. So if they restrict the vehicle, it doesn't show up at all and nobody can book it. And
mm.
then if there's any reservations, they would go ahead and cancel it, for no penalty. So basically go ahead and just get like, especially the vehicles like in a wreck, or if it's mechanical issues, I
Mhm.
have them go ahead and just restrict it. Okay, go ahead and just restrict it
Oh,
instead of snoozing, because if you snooze it, and then it's like you don't really know. Like I didn't know how long it's going to be like down, and then if I forget, and then it's back listed, somebody can book that car, and then it's not ready. You know what I'm saying? And they used to happen to me a lot. So I would just basically just get it restricted, and then once the vehicle's fixed, then I will call and get them to list it again, to relist it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, but it sucks because you know, it, like I said, because it's like right now, I got like I think I have. You see, I think I may have like either two or three cars that is one, two. 3. Yep. So I got 3 cars right now that is that's unlisted.
Mm. Oh, the 3 that's in the that you just showed us in the
Yeah,
shop.
3 cars right now that's unlisted.
Mm. And do you know how long they're going to be in the shop for?
I'll find out tomorrow.
Oh,
Because
okay.
tomorrow, yeah, my mechanic's gonna come in. You know, he's gonna look at it because I had to get one towed to him yesterday, and then one I had today, and so he got 3 vehicles pretty much, you know, at his shop. So tomorrow when he come in, he's gonna work on them one by one and kind of let me and see what's wrong with it and how long it's gonna take, stuff like that.
Yeah, because
Uh,
they'll need to be fixed before you can trade them in too. Where are you going to?
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like I was disillusioned by this whole Turo thing, and that, it's really because after a while, the cars start getting all these miles on them, and then like this market, when I first got started, it wasn't, I was like the biggest one here. I was
Remember that. I
know,
remember that.
the best thing in town. Then all of a sudden now it's 23s on there. So 22 ain't new no more. We about to go into 24.
Wow.
And
How
so
many cars was on the platform when you first started?
it was 22 cars on the platform.
Okay, and how many is
Well,
on there
actually
now?
it's 17 because 3 of the cars were mine that made 22 altogether. So
Okay, and
then
how many cars is on there now in your area?
I don't know, they took away the what was that little platform that we could see car sync. They took the car sync away, so I don't know how to tell how many.
Let me walk you through that. Yeah, let me show you that. Yeah, let me. Yeah, I know you talking about car sync. Yeah. But that I didn't normally use that for that though. So what you do is you would go to the Turo app or the website, and
Uh-huh.
you would log in as a guest.
Oh,
And
okay.
when you log in as a guest, you would basically pretend like you're gonna book a car in your area,
Uh-huh.
and so you just do create location, and then just pretend like you're gonna book a car in your area, and it's gonna show you how many cars is in your market, in your market. So you
Okay.
just basically just, put in like a future date and then hit search and it's going to show pretty much how many cars is in your area.
Oh, but it
And
doesn't
that's
have
it.
a number. Just scroll through. Is that what you're saying?
Well, once you do that, you should see like let me go to my other phone because
Uh-huh.
like once you I'll show you give you an example of what I mean. Let me go to so once you do.
Because this ain't gonna tell you all the cars. Because what if cars are booked or something like that? So this is
Right. That's why you
available.
but that's why you pushed it out. You pushed the date out. Like
Uh-huh.
for example, I'm getting ready to do like January. I'm gonna pick like some random dates in January next year,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna hit search. And then when I hit search, so I don't know if you can see this or not, but basically when I hit search, it says 200 plus cars in your location. So that means it's basically a little bit over 200 cars in my market in total in yeah, in my market.
5
Okay.
cars.
75.
Yeah.
So
So
that's good. That's low. That's good.
but
That's
I
good.
mean, it started with 22
Correct.
a
Right. Right.
year
Right. Right.
ago. So that's
Right.
like a lot of growth. That's like,
Hold
that's
on.
like
This is let me push on mute or something. This is that customer real quick calling me.
okay. I'm gonna
Good.
finish your video. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop you down.
Hello.
All right, so we're gonna drop down Tony, and then we'll finish up his video there, and then just let me know when you're ready to get back on. I'll put you back on here. So here we go. But yeah, so 75 cars in my on my market now, and it went from 22 to 75. So that's a lot of competition. And the other thing too is like these cars, a 2019 Ford Escape for $44 a day. So my 22 Ford Escape, am I really gonna be able to? Somebody gonna give me $100 a day for that? No. All right, so here, let's go ahead and finish up this here video.
Okay. So basically, I got 3 vehicles that are down right now out of my 15 car fleet. Okay. And the thing about it, what sucks is, I can do a claim, But when it comes to mechanical issues, there's not a guarantee that Turo is going to approve the claim. It's like a 50-50 chance. They may approve it, they may deny it. Okay, you just don't know. So sometimes, like the Dodge Charger just showed you guys, they denied the claim. So I had to come out of pocket to get the motor fixed or replaced or rebuilt. Okay, because they denied it.
And the reason why I believe Turo is going to deny the claim is because of wear and tear, especially if he's had 2,000 trips. That means there's a lot of wear and tear. So they're going to be like, you know, your 2,000 trips is what had this happen. It's just normal wear and tear. It's you know, they're definitely not going to try to put it off on the guests because they want the guests to come back. They are not trying to scare the guests off or run the guest off. They're going to make the host. They're going to have you eat that.
So that's thousands of $1,000 how to spend for the motor. Okay. With these two vehicles, don't know yet what's going to happen. I'm waiting for a claim agent to contact me, but hopefully the claim will get approved. But what sucks is I'm on the 90-10 plan, so my deductible was $2,500. So if it costs less than that to fix, I won't get paid anything. So I have to try to resolve it with the guests. But if it's more than my deductible, then Turo will pay me out minus my deductible. Okay, so that.
And then keep in mind, you know, the type of guests that you're going to have with Turo. One of the things about Turo that's different from regular car rental companies, you know, like I was saying before in the prior video, is that with Turo, you don't need to have a major credit card. So you're going to have some pretty low budget people because, you don't need a credit card, and they allow people to be just 21 to rent the car. With other car rental company, you have to be 25 or older to rent. So you're going to be trying to get blood from a turnip, how we should say back in the day.
That's pretty much how that works. But I just want to share this with you guys. And then I also had another vehicle as well. I actually had like four, really. I had another one. It was my Dodge Charger. Let me go ahead and show you. Dodge Charger, again, another 2-day rental. Somebody was new. They had no reviews. I was the first one. Somebody else was driving the vehicle. They were speeding in the vehicle, speeding, dogging, a lot of hard braking, rapid acceleration on this vehicle as well. And I had to get it fixed because it was overheating. And it was going to find out it was the hose. There was a crack in the hose. And same thing with the gas. The gas wasn't full. Had to fill the gas up on that as well because the gas wasn't full. Okay. So that's just part of the business. You know, it's some of the stuff that I be dealing with. So, you know, I like to kind of show you guys because everybody want to talk about the goods. I'm like, oh, you can make this much money on Turo, blah, blah. But there's a lot of come with it too. You know, got to deal with maintenance, got to deal with repairs, got to deal with people tearing your cars up, you know.
And then keep in mind too, as long as the cars are in the shop getting these repairs, it's not earning any money. And guess who is going to be responsible for still making the payments, right? So when like I said, when the two cars got the accident, I was down to one. I go add 5 more, and there was never a time, even with me just having 6 to put on this platform, there was never a time when all 6 were up and running to be on the platform. There was always an issue with at least one where it wasn't, available to be on the platform because it had some type of issue or something. The headlight, something was wrong with that, and it was in the shop. It was at the dealer, back at the dealership, for like 10 days or 10 days or 2 weeks. Something. It was a good amount of time, half the month, where it couldn't be rented, and I'm still having to make the payments on it. So,
abusing them, racing, speeding, doing donuts, burning rubber, smoking in the car, bringing the car back late, no gas. So there's a lot of stuff we got to deal with when you're doing Turo, being in the car rental business, okay? And it's my job to kind of just be very honest with you guys, be open and transparent, and kind of show you guys what I do with every day-to-day basis. And kind of show you guys, the good and bad. I make 6 figures a year. Yeah, I have a lot of cool vehicles. I can drive whatever car I want. But most people are not going to respect your cars because it's not theirs. They're not going to treat it the same because it's not their cars. They're going to just get it to just dog it and race it, and tear it up. Not everybody, but just most people. So now I'm about to, evaluate my business, evaluate my fleet, about to make some changes. I'm probably about to be more strict now. I might start canceling reservations for like new people who has no trips, no reviews, because I don't have this problem with my repeat customers, you know. So it's only the new people. I'm also about to change up my vehicles. I'm about to no longer do rear-wheel drive vehicles. I'm about to get probably all like SUVs, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You know, all-wheel drive. No more muscle cars. No more Chargers, Challengers, Chrysler 300s. Nothing is rear-wheel drive. Okay, so I'm about to just go ahead and switch up my fleet. Do SUVs, all-wheel drive going forward, because I'm just having too many issues, too many headaches, too many problems. Okay, so I just want to make this video just kind of talking about the truth about Turo, because a lot of people aren't going to show this. A lot of people aren't going to talk about this. And it's my job to show you guys what I deal with every day. And anybody who want to get in the car with the business, I want to tell you what to expect. Okay. So yeah, so you can see it. You know, I have 3 cars over here at my mechanic shop that are down. My Durango, my Charger, and my Chrysler 300. And all of these are down right now. So I'm losing money every day while it's down, can't make no money. And also I got to pay to get it fixed. And I got to pray and hope that the customer is going to pay me for it, or the claim's going to get approved on Turo, you know, which really sucks, you know. So I don't have it's no issues when it comes to physical damage.
And the chances of the customer paying, to me, is slim and none, because if you are just renting a car, there's no way that you're going to feel obligated or responsible to pay for it. I just don't see that happening. They're going to say that, this car, it already had the wear and tear, you know. So like I said, it's almost like musical chairs. Is whoever, you know, once the music stopped and then boom, there's no chair for you to sit in, and you're the one when the car seizes up or does something like that. That person wasn't the first one to do donuts in that car. That person wasn't the first one to speed, because just like he just showed us, they were all speeding, right? And they weren't the first ones, because he's been up here before showing how people, you know, speed in the car, hard brake, all these things that prior customers did also. It just happened to be that the last customers, and it's coincidence that they didn't have any reviews on them, that when they did the same treatment that prior customers had done already before, they weren't the first, that, you know, these issues happen with the car. And I believe that's why Turo was like, no, because when he showed the damage, the one piece being burned out or whatever like that, that's definitely not a first time deal there. That's you know, multiple times that kind of stuff happening. So.
But when it comes to mechanical, it's a 50-50 chance they're going to approve it or not. Because they may say, oh, there's no more wear and tear, like they did with my Dodge Charger Scat Pack.
Wow.
Which I say was no more wear and tear. Okay. So just want to make this video, show you guys what I'm dealing with, you know. So keep in your prayers, because right now, you know, I feel like giving up. You know, I'm very frustrated, very irritated,
because, you know, even we just kind of do a little pocket check here and do the math on there. He said that he was plus 2,000 for the write-off on the totaled out on one totaled out vehicle, and the other one pretty much broke even or was in the negative slightly. However, if you just spent, you know, a few thousand to get the engine, I think he said 6,000 or 7,000 to repair the engine on the Scat Pack, now that subtracts the 2,000 that you were ahead, and you're still -4. See? So, you know, it's kind of, to me, a no-win situation here with this Turo, because as the host, your vehicles, you know, mostly are depreciating assets. They're depreciating assets for the most part. And especially, like I said, when I was doing the research to try to start selling my cars, when the question comes up, had this car been on a rental platform, and you put yes, boom, it is going to suck a lot of the value out of your car. It's just, you know, that's just how it is. And trust me, it's rightfully so, because of the amount of gas, you know, driving your car, and the wear and tear on it, it's definitely it's not going to keep its value. It's going to lose the value. So yeah, but I want to show y'all the Turo platform, what it's looking like in my neck of the woods. And I was looking at it on my phone, and I wanted to be able to share with y'all so you can see what this looks like with this Turo thing here. Like I said, when I first got started, there was 22 cars, and 3 of them were mine. So that means that it was like 19 cars on the platform, plus my 3. All right, so here we go with Turo. And it's here. All right, so let me share the screen here with y'all so y'all can see what it looks like. Here we go. Turo in this neck of the woods. All right, so 75 cars. Y'all can see that here, 75 cars. All right, so here is a 2019 Ford Escape. I have a 2022 Ford Escape, right? And so they're charging $44 a day. $44 a day. So if you have a choice, you have a choice. Would you pay $44 a day for 2019 with unlimited miles? Or are you going to be willing to pay $100 a day for a 22 with unlimited miles? The shape has changed a little bit. That's only a few years younger. So, people are going to go for the value. Going to go for the value. Oh, y'all can't even see this. It's not even reflecting. All right, so all right, so here we go. A 23 Toyota Corolla, $41 a day. Look at how inexpensive these cars are. 23, $48 a day. All right, here's a BMW 3 Series for $71 a day. No one's charging. Okay, here's something. A Chevy Express. So this here probably seats a ton of people, but they're asking $108 a day. A 22 Bronco for $65 a day. So by having these types of prices, there's no very little profit to be made here for the host, right? So you now are in competition with these other vehicles for such a cheap price here. Here's the Dodge Charger 2018 for $76 a day. All right, see, no moolah. And look how many cars. It's lots. Here's a 23 Jeep Cherokee for $105. So who's gonna want to pay $100 for a Ford Explorer? Huh? Who? Who? Like there's not many $100 cars up on here. And look at all the choices. So this is that one con that I was explaining about the market being saturated, right? Here's a 2016 Mercedes-Benz for $84, and look at all these cars. This is a lot. A BMW X4 22 for $156. It's only had 3 trips, and that's the other thing too. Looking at the trips that folks have had on here. Look here, this here little ancient Mustang here, a 98 for $90 a day. This car's been on the platform for a while. It's only had 3 trips. 3 trips, right? So, you know, no, it's not a it's not a lucrative something. Here is a slingshot. It's only had 4 trips. They're charging $180 a day. All right. Look at here. These vans is making some, but they're charging some money. But look, it's only had 1 trip, $441 a day. 1 trip. Here's a Tesla, a 22 Tesla, for $159 a day, right? It hasn't had any trips. Someone's putting their practically new Tesla on this platform to get the hell driven out of it, and to make make a little something. Make a little something. All right. Look at this. A 22 Toyota Highlander for $68 a day. So this kind of stuff will, price you out. Like, you'll have to be competitive, because a Ford Explorer, I'm not sure how many seats this here sits. Oh, seats 8, right? So a Ford Explorer, people are going to choose a Toyota over a Ford. Ford doesn't have the greatest name, but this seats 8, right? So this here, folks is going to want to rent this here Toyota Highlander. I didn't know it seats 8 people. That's pretty good. It's had 24 trips, but $68. $68. A Range Rover for $137. Right? So 2020. Here's a Mercedes-Benz GLB for $138. Right? It hasn't had any trips, but it's the SUV. Let's see how many. It seats only 5 though, but still, and it's a 2020. So look at this. A Jeep Wrangler for $100 a day. It's a 23. This Mercedes-Benz C-Class, $126 a day. Like this, there's nothing here. Look at this Dodge Charger, 23. It's a new listing. Look how far they got it way down at the bottom here. How come it's not at the top? You're supposed to put the new listings on the top. Look how far down it is. Whoa. See? Wow. Wow. Okay, I see. Because nobody really is offering unlimited miles. Only a few. Here's one that's unlimited miles. Only a few. Yeah. So, market is saturated. In the meantime, your car is just being driven to the ground, and there's any of the upkeep, all the maintenance, all the stuff is on you, and you're pretty much paying for people to drive your car. All right, here's a Chevy Camaro, a 2017. So again, we look at these years on the cars, right? So if Tony's fleets are like 2016, that's like 7 years old. Oh no, somebody's trying to rent their Classic for $725 a day. All right, so this is a 1956. I'm gonna share so y'all can see these pics on it. Chevy Bel Air. Wow, this is nice. Yeah, they'd have to come up with. Let's see if it's going. Yeah. Wow, this is really nice. Super nice. Turo let some punk kid rent it for a show or something, and they do doll your car. Mm-mm. Yeah, so and And that's what this is. That's the Turo in a nutshell. So as you can see, the market is saturated now. It was not that many. Now it's a lot. Another year has gone by, so 22 ain't the new kid on the block anymore. There's other 22s and 23s out there. So like I said, Turo, it's not, it's it's a thing of the past. Let's see if we can see here, top rated. Some more filtering here. But anyway, I just wanted to come to y'all really quick and give more updates on why I wouldn't recommend anybody do anything on Turo. Oh, somebody showed up here. What's up, CG? Says, I missed your live. However, I love your channel. Thank you. I'm still live now. You love the channel. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. So yeah, I'll be talking about some new stuff later since or I'll continue to talk about how Turo ain't the thing to do. It's not the thing to do. And how you should save yourself before you get into all this debt and or at least one thing I would definitely recommend is if you're going to have multiple cars on the fleet, which is the only way to really be successful or have any type of success in this business, is to have a few cars. It's because, like I said, when I had about 8 cars, but like I said, 6 on the platform, there was never a time when all of them were well. One was always something happening, is injured, or there's some service or some type of need for it. Like I said, one lights and just different things. And the more rentals you get, the more miles are put on there. So then there's oil changes and stuff. And then once I got back to work, trying to organize cleaning and washing the cars to get it put back on the platform. And then the car comes back and it's now time for oil change, because you want to make sure that, you've got enough miles between the changes between these rentals and stuff too. You can only be in one place at one time. And so it's like, okay, well, this one's already on the trip. Now I need to put this one on hold because it needs a oil change and tire rotation, but this one got to get washed because somebody's picking it up in a few hours. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, and it's definitely not enough financial reward to make it worth your while. So, but thank you for the support. CJ talking to me. CJ says, you're one of the few people giving the details that others are leaving out. All right. Did you ever think about doing private rentals and not having to pay Turo? I did think about that. However, with the amount of the type of insurance that you'd have to get for it, the way I bought the cars is just I just really, that was mistake number one, paying retail for the cars, right? And buying the cars new. And like I said, I heard about gap insurance, but I didn't really, do a lot of investigation on it, nor did I think that I needed it, because I didn't feel like anything like that could happen to me. It's such, it's a big liability. It's a big risk that you're taking. And the reason why I wouldn't want anything to do with it. After doing the business for a year, I just discovered that I don't like the work that's required for it, because you're going to always get, the renters that don't keep up with the cars. 90% of them are going to, they're going to be dirty, and it's kind of a thankless business. I didn't like it. In the beginning, I was excited because, like I said, it was an illusion that I was making money because, it was generating money. And just like, Tony was up here a little bit ago, and he said they totaled out one of his cars, and one he profited something. He actually owed less than what they paid him out for. However, there was an engine in another car that was out that he had to pay, $6,000 or $7,000 for. So whatever profit you think you're making, you're subtracting it from something else. And it's always going to be something, cars coming back with, good percent of the time, people don't bring them back with the gas, even though Turo will, they don't reimburse, they'll build the gas for you. And you end up getting reimbursed later because whenever they debit it from the guest account. However, you still have to put up a lot of resources in the beginning. You have to put them up there. But I don't know. I may have to try to figure out something because I wasn't able to try to do any type of owner finance without taking I don't like the liability that's placed upon me if I'm doing the rentals on my own. CG. That's a good question, though. I appreciate your comments here and questions. And thank you so much. Was this something that you were considering? I know that I made a few videos on Turo, and was when I first got started, I really thought Turo was the greatest thing since sliced bread and stuff. And I was so busy working in the business, it took a minute for all of this stuff to catch up to me before I can see, like, hey, wait a minute, I'm paying for people to rent my car, because you have to all of the time that it takes to wash the cars, to keep them detailed, because I was really proud of my 5 stars. People always talk about how clean the cars were and all that. And it takes a lot of work, especially like I had all SUVs. I had, the one Mustang, but, for the most part, especially the Explorers, those were like a 2-hour detail job, took, hours to wash them and get them back ready for it. And again, I just thought it was way too much work and not enough reward for it. So, CG says, I was ready to pull the trigger, and then I saw your video and pressed the brakes. Yes, after seeing your video, good. I'm glad. If I could help one person not to do it. And I know there's people out there that's going, you should have did this, and, saying all this shoulda, woulda, coulda stuff. However, I still don't see, from all of the other people, Turo hosts that I've seen their videos and stuff too, they talk about these same issues and stuff. They talk about these same issues. And like I said, it's just not, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You're going to get lots of wear and tear on your cars, lots and lots of wear and tear. And we can see here from Tony's testimony that when there's wear and tear on the cars and any type of mechanical stuff happen, Turo is inclined to decline, deny your claims. CG says, I'm seeing that the profit margins are slim after seeing your videos. Yes, they are very slim. They're very slim because unless you're getting the cars wholesale, if you're not a dealer or have a dealer's license, if you're just using your own car, once you've rented out to somebody, it's not your car anymore. You can tell because the way people are driving it, you don't they use them up real quick. And it's going to come back with scratches and all kind of stuff because it's multiple people using them. And then cars are depreciating assets for the most part. They depreciate quickly, right? And once the miles are on there, they're on there. And then wear and tear and regular maintenance is going to happen. And then different people driving your car. Some people drive it rough. Some people drive it fast. Some people hard brakes. all these things is happening, and this is for you to spend and stuff. And like I said, when the cars are in the shop needing maintenance, they're not being rented, so that is going to cut into the profits. There's not a lot of profits to be made on it, because you're having to you have to have the car in a good working condition, and then the older your car is and the more trips, Tony said he had over 2,000, he's hit 2,000 trips. So, those cars are bound to have a ton of miles on them. My cars were only on the platform, for a year, and, the White Explorer had like 35,000 miles on it. The black one, and I got that one a few months later. It was, it's up to, I think, 30,000. All of the cars are like, close to 20,000 or over, 18,000, 20,000, all of the cars, a lot of miles on them. And, they're just barely a year, they're a year, so, and then if you're going to go try to sell them, once you make it known that they've been part of a rental platform, So I know Tony is saying he's going to try to refresh his fleet, but, how are you going to trade it in? Like, and then if you're trading in, that means you're going to probably be buying retail again, Mm-mm. Nope. It's not. It's not any good price. And then the amount of work that you're doing, even if you did buy them at retail and you're making, a small profit, how much work are you doing for it, right? You're doing a lot of work, a lot of work, to clean the cars afterwards, taking them to get the oil change and all that stuff. This is time out of your day, and you're doing this. And then if you are paying somebody to do stuff, that's taking away more of the money too. And then if we look here again and see, now that the market has been saturated, look at here, $44 a day. So if and car payments now are super expensive. 44. Where my calculator at? Let's just see here. I ain't got no calculator. Where's my calculator? All right, I have to do it on my phone. Let's just see how much what the potential earnings is for here. Right. So they say, usually, and this was true in the beginning when there was only 22 cars on the platform, that your car should rent out for about 20 days of the month. So 44 times 20, that's only $880. Now, depending on what type of split that they have with Turo, if let's just say they're doing the 60-40 and Turo is taking 40%. So let's see. Times. All right, so Turo is going to take away $352. So 880 minus 352. So then that's $528 a month, right? That you'll make on that car. Now the average car note is about $400, $500, $600. So let's just say that their car note on this 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, that's 4 years old. Who knows? Maybe, so let's just say their car note is $450. All right, so that's only $98 left to pay for insurance. Let's just be nice and say their insurance is $70. I mean, so it's no money. It's no money. All you have is a title. You only have a title. It's there's no money. And then too, you haven't subtracted how much it costs to clean the cars, right? And the maintenance and all that stuff too. So, there's no profit, right? Especially with these prices. Turo is driving the price down, and by having so many cars on the platform, and they're trying to compete with Budget and Avis. So they're going to be marking these cars down or putting these, really cheap prices on it to compete with Budget and Avis and sort. All right. So here, let's see here. Still look there. All these cars are super cheap. Now, this person may be making something because it's a 2014, so clearly this should be paid off here. And they're charging $65 a day. But the problem with older cars is that maintenance. Things are going to be breaking. This car is 9 years old. So, it's going to be time for an alternator to possibly go out. It's going to be time for new brakes. All these things that's going to be happening, again, cutting into your profits, right? So, that $6,000 that Tony had to pay out to get the engine put back in the car, that income, where's that coming from? And then it's like a domino effect, right? So if you got all the cars around the same time, when the things start to fail, it's going to be happening to all of them because they're all going to have these aging situations, these growing pains per se, right? So look here. Look at here, look at here, look at here. All right, here go a 23 Toyota Camry. Now, let's see how much Toyota Camrys are going for in 23. Let's just see. Let me do it on here so everybody can see. Because again, if they're only charging $58 a day times 20 days, so that's $1,160. Let me write this down. It's your pens and paper so we can do some math here and see what's going on. All right, for 23, 1160. Now let's see how much they're asking for these Toyotas. Toyota. What's that, Camry? Let's see. All right, for 23 Toyota. Oh, all right. I should do it on this one so y'all can see. So y'all don't think I'm just shooting from the hip here. Let's see. All right, Toyota in the 40s. I'm going to say that. I'm going to do a spoiler alert. A Toyota Camry. All righty. Huh. How come I saw this set? Oh, that's a 20. They got the 24s out already. Okay. So the 23s, actually, they're going for 29. 29. All right. This one here shows it too. All right. So 23s are going for 30,000. All right. That's not bad. So see here. Monthly payment. All right. So about 30,000 on there. Let's see if it will show a payment. All right, so for 30,000, we'll just say that the payment should be about roughly $400 to $500. So subtract 500 from 1,100, that's 600, and take away another 70 for insurance. So there's a potential for, some profit there. However, we have to subtract the maintenance and also, cleaning and all that stuff too. So to me, the profit margin is just like you said, very, very slim, very, very slim. So those are the reasons why I decided to get out of the Turo business and to warn people before you get in debt buying all these cars to put on the platform to, think twice and consider something else, right? So I'll be coming to y'all with more videos and all that good stuff, and answer any questions that y'all might have about why Turo ain't the thing. Because I even looked off into hire car and all those things too. The concern for me was the wear and tear. And then, like I said, once I realized the big mistake that I made by not having the gap insurance, because gap insurance is super important, especially if you're financing a car, because the likelihood of you being negative in the payments, like owing more than the car is worth, is high. Is high because of finance and all that stuff. And even Tony, who bought his cars used, and I thought he made smart choice about how he bought the cars. He did tell us how he purchased them. They were all used. So if he got them 2 years ago, they were the 4 or 5 years older at that time, and for him still to have been upside down, in payments too, that's kind of a I knew for me buying the cars new was not great. I was thinking that by purchasing the used that it would be even a some kind of a benefit, but we see here that still not, because of it being a depreciating asset, and especially all the miles and the wear and tear, and then the different people, and who knows how many tires he's had to replace, and stuff like that. And then to know that 3 cars are in the shop, so that's 5 cars from his 17. So let's do some subtraction here. And so, and again, long as they're needing some repairs and stuff, they're not earning you any money. They're just sitting there, and you are the one that's going to have to be responsible to pay. So anyway, that's all I have for y'all tonight. And thanks again for stopping by. And I'll see you in another video. Peace and love.